Satan's process for the temptation and downfall of Christians. Moses Lushiku of Dominican Republic, Congo, Part 9. I greet you all, beloved. I am still revealing the contents of the meeting of Lucifer that lasted 6 months in the second heaven. In his book, the devil had 70 strategies against the church, 10 commandments against the church, and 30 steps to cause a Christian in sin and remain in sin, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. I will talk about the 11 processes of the devil prior to the downfall of a Christian that we call temptation. These are the means used by Lucifer and demons to cause a Christian to sin. In this meeting, I heard the devil saying, in order to begin the process of temptation, we will have to wait for the targeted Christian to be alone. Once the Christian is alone, then we have to whisper in his mind our inspiration or negative thoughts. We will whisper in the mind of the targeted Christian our inspiration, which are negative thoughts urging him to commit evil. The devil said that this is not yet his fall, but the first step that will lead him to fall. He said the appropriate moment to transmit Christians evil thoughts is when they are alone. When people are alone in loneliness or solitude, they are likely to be visited by the devil in their minds. Demons will whisper in the mind inspiration, which is negative thoughts. Beloved, when you are thinking negative thoughts, you are certainly on course to fall in sin, because every sin begins in the mind. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5. The devil said, after inserting negative thought in the mind of the Christians, we will have to use a human agent who will encourage them to proceed to action. The purpose of this human agent will be to provide justification or encouragement for the victim to proceed to action. The human agent will water down the gravity and implication of sin. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Proverbs 13 verse 20. The third process is called the word of contradiction. Lucifer said, we gonna have to use a second agent here. He said, when God created the Garden of Eden and his creation, in order to cause the downfall of his creation, I had to use an agent which was a serpent. The purpose of this agent is to contradict the word of God that forbade Adam and Eve from eating the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The devil said to the participants in the Garden of Eden, I used the serpent as an agent, and I said to Eve, you shall not die as the Creator said, but your eyes will open and you shall be like him. Despite the fact they were already in the image and the likeness of God. Genesis 3 verses 4 to 5. This contradiction of the word caused Eve to be at ease with herself and to go against the word of the Creator. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me, then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Psalm 19 verse 13. The devil said, in the fourth process, we will cause believers to tolerate evil. He said, I will send my agent to cause desire. The devil was to send a group of demons around believers to cause them to be curious as to why sin and evil have forbidden the desire to try to break the law. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Proverbs 4 verse 23. In the fifth process, the devil said, we will use the 5 senses in order to advance the downfall of Christians. When the followers of Jesus Christ connect to him through prayers, they detach themselves from the physical world that is my domain. But when they finish being in his presence, their 5 senses get reconnected to the physical world, which is my world. Remember, I told the one, Jesus Christ, I will give you the kingdom of this world and their glories because they belong to me. The devil said to the audience attending the Oval Auditorium, let me assure you, make no mistake, the earth was given to me. It belongs to me, including all the kingdoms in it. The devil said, the moment these Christians leave the presence of their God, whether it's prayer or worship or the reading of the word, their spirits will be reconnected to the material world through the 5 senses. Their eyes will see women's shapes moving in the street. They will watch movies. The eye is the lamp of the body. So, if your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light, but if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light in you is darkness, how great is the darkness? Matthew 6 verses 22 to 23. In fact, their spirits that have attended the presence of God will begin to assimilate and adapt to the system and the rhythm of the world that belongs to me. The 5 senses are the tool by which the kingdom of Lucifer pushes believers towards the downfall of temptation. When the 5 senses connect us to the natural, material, and physical realities, we are corrupted gradually. It is only the life in the presence of God that matters. Prayer brings us to the presence of God. As a result, we get disconnected from this world of the devil. But prayer is not just verbal communication with the Lord. It is also a lifestyle. Prayer is the attitude and heart disposition before God. During the day, our thoughts, our mind, our spirit must be turned towards the Lord and the things from above. Our inclination, disposition, and mind must align with the divine. Prayer is also a verbal expression of our hearts. You can be at work but still connected to God. You can be at school but your mind is aligned with heaven. You can be in the market but your spirit is turned to heaven. You will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. Isaiah 26 verse 3. The devil said, we will cause the believers to cherish that which are forbidden to them. Then the devil said, we have to cause them to be weak. This happens when a Christian begins to have second thoughts about the very sin he used to distance himself from. Let not sin therefore reign in your mortal body to make you obey its passions. Romans 6 verse 12. Thy word have I hid in mine heart that I might not sin against thee. Psalm 119 verse 11. In the seventh process, the devil said, I will dispatch my servants the visitors. As a result, Christians would be visited by my servants, demons. Their purpose is to insist and provide justification in the mental level of the believers. They will harass their minds. These demons will insist, harass, and push Christians until they fall. The purpose of these demons is insistence and harassment in the minds of the Christians. Be sober-minded, be watchful. Your adversary the devil prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. 1 Peter 5 verse 8. The devil said, when a Christian has been whispered with evil thought, when he is connected to the world with his five senses, when he is weak and he is having a second thought about sin, when my servants the demons are insistently harassing his mind and insisting on his mental level, we will have to cause him to be in a surrounding or among companions that do precisely the things that we are whispering to him to do. When he sees people around him doing it, he will find it normal as bad company corrupts good minds. Do not be deceived, bad company corrupts good morals. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 33. You must understand that all unbelievers can be a tool of the devil. Therefore avoid friends that are not Christians. The devil said, my agents will cause Christians to doubt and question that which is already forbidden. This is the ninth process, just like Eve doubted the word of God. For we have heard the good news just as they did. They heard the message, but it did them no good because when they heard it, they did not accept it with faith. Hebrews 4 verse 2. Concerning the 10th process, the devil said, we will cause the followers of the other one to reject the word of God during the preaching. He said, I will send my agents or demons to whisper to believers during the preaching of the word. As a result, they will manifest rejection of the word that is preached to them. One will speak in his mind and say, does this preacher really practice what he is preaching? Beloved, you must understand that these demons are sent inside churches during the preaching of the word. The devil said to the demons, as people in the church sit in line, I want each of you to stand in line in parallel with the seats of the believers. The devil said to his demons, you will form lines in order to whisper continually to them during the delivering of the word. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4. Later the archangel Michael recommended me to anoint the four corners of the church before the service. And I do just that before any service. Intercessors take possession of the four corners of the church through prayers before the service in order to stop the entry of demons during the service. The protocol must be prepared by Christians who are prayer warriors because the enemy will have to pass through them. They are spiritual soldiers, therefore they must be fiery. Who makes his angel spirits, his ministers of flaming fire, Psalm 104 verse 4. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. James 4 verse 7. Then the devil ordered the demon dressed like Superman to cause people to visit the children of God on the day of the church service. The demon was supposed to visit and whisper to their minds and blow a bluish smoke on them 4 hours before the church service in order to make them feel heavy and weak. I will not give sleep to mine eyes or slumber to mine eyelids. Psalm 132 verse 4. He said, the word of the other one, Jesus, said that the word is spirit and life. If Christians go to church, they will hear the word of God, they will transmit life and spirit. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. John 6 verse 63. The devil said, we must cause millions of Christians to come irregularly to church. It is good and sweet for brothers to meet as the oil is poured in the gathering. As it is written in Psalm 133, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. The Lord command blessings to come on those who gather together in church. That is why Satan is desperate to prevent Christians from going to church. These are the 11 processes of Satan and his cohorts to cause the temptation and downfall of believers.